Hi there, and welcome back to Valley por Vida. Now, earlier we mentioned that we're going to be talking about solar power and energy, which of course has to do with helpful tips to keep in mind. All the things that you can know about to save you money.
Good morning. My name is Richard Estrada. I'm the CEO and founder of Statewide Renewable. We are the developers of the Oxford Solar project here in McAllen, Texas, off of Oxford Road. And we're going to talk a little bit about why we developed this project and what our goals are. So Statewide Renewable was started in 2017 with the intention of developing strategic solar projects around the state of Texas. And that's why we're statewide. And so the idea is we didn't want to build the massive solar farms that you see in West Texas. We had already done residential for 7-8 years in the Austin or San Antonio areas. So we saw this market of strategic solar that could help utilities and commercial and industrial clients lower their energy costs, especially their peak demand costs. And so we worked with the McAllen Ranch and Magic Valley Electric Co-op to develop our first project, which was turned on in 2018, and it's called Los Faroles. And it was a big success. We brought in other utilities, and we've been monitoring it on a daily basis. It's it's matched or produced more than we originally intended. And so with that success, the Magic Valley asked us to do another project in the city where there's a higher population density and it can be more effective. And so we were able to find a piece of property, purchase it, get all the permits with the city, and build it. And it just was turned on in June, a little bit late due to all the rain we've had this spring, but good rain. The valley needed it. So, but we're up and operational now, and so we're really excited about the next few projects and making sure that this one does everything we intended to. As everyone knows, this year between February's freeze and the summer, ERCOT's curtailment of energy, and they're worried that peak demand would get so high that it would cause rolling blackouts again. That's what this strategic solar helps. It helps provide reliability in regional areas by developing localized distributed energy. And so, as people are turning on their air conditioning, as people are turning on TVs, coming home from dinner and flipping all the lights and whatnot on, our solar projects that are built in these regional strategic areas will help offset those demands. The second thing is that because we have the tracking systems installed, we're following the sun, so our production stays consistent later in the afternoon when peak demand goes up. That peak demand energy is very expensive. So typically Texas has low cost energy, but from 2 o'clock till 6, 7 o'clock in the evening for 6 months of the year, our energy costs go up significantly, and our solar projects can help offset that. And the utilities, our commercial and industrial partners, they see the benefit of that, and so we've had a lot of success over the last 4 years. One of the things that James McAllen is my partner, my business partner, and so one of the things that we were really excited about is that we want to develop these sites, some of them in the city, in the urban areas, and we want to do it in a way that is beautiful. That we're not just building these industrial facilities that maybe aren't that pretty. So we've made a commitment to restoring the areas to a natural state. So we're going to be implementing natural grasses, bushes, flowers, all of which are native to the area. And then in addition to that, we're going to be introducing honeybees. And so these honeybees will be creating honey, they'll be pollinating the local areas. And then the idea is that 2, 3, 4 years from now, it's going to look like a garden. And so you're going to have this garden in these various areas that is generating energy for the local community, keeping energy costs down, and doing it without any pollution. So that's our goal. And so far, it's going well. Fingers crossed.
And there are even more things you can do at home to help keep you on track when it comes to saving on energy during this time. So let's break down a few of those things right now. According to electricgeneratorsdirect.com, we should really pay more attention to our TVs and microwaves at home. Think about it, they're plugged in all day long, but we're not really using them all day long when we're out of the work at work or at school. I mean, usually we're just, using it when we're at home, when we get in the evenings or maybe on the weekends. So the site says it's a good idea to be a little bit more mindful of this, as well as anything else that you might leave plugged in all the time, like lamps or even your alarm clock. Maybe even try unplugging an entire power strip when need be for things like your battery packs and charging stations. Any little bit helps. And if you have a furnace filter, for example, the site says it might be a good idea to mark your calendar so you can remember to change it out regularly. If not, then it can get clogged and then the air will have to push harder to get through, meaning you'll end up using more electricity. The site actually outlines that if we can remember to change our filters at least every 90 days, then we can really start to notice our energy costs going down and staying down. And here's an interesting one. If you've never used light dimmers, then they may be worth a shot to keep costs down too. The site outlines that we oftentimes don't really need to use as much electricity as we think we do, so it might be worth it to look into dimmable lights that we can turn down when we're doing things that really don't need too much light, like watching TV or maybe working on something with the close-up lamp. I mean, plus you could think of it like a decor thing too, because dim lights can really set the mood for a relaxing ambiance in a dining room or maybe for dinner or in the living room for a calming evening with company. So it's a win-win. Besides, it could be nice to enjoy the peace of your home amid candlelight or dimmed hues. Of course, if you want to keep up with the innovative methods of power, we could always pay mind to the options of going solar. The site says that we don't have to completely leave our cities and go live out in the woods or in a random field or something, but we can also save power in other ways, which is good because I really don't want to do that. But it does say that we can maybe try getting a solar generator for using certain household items like your TV. It could really help you save a lot. But even if you don't want to invest in something like solar power right now, there are a couple of other things that we can do that are simple and that can help us to maybe close our blinds. I mean, the site says that doing just that, closing your blinds, can really help cool off the house from the summer heat coming through the windows. And adding curtains is another natural way of helping to make sure that Texas power bill stays low this summer. So we hope these tips helps give you just a couple more ideas that you can implement this year while staying cool.
All right guys, I'm Chef Carl here with Cocina de Carnival, brand new food truck that we've just debuted. We're here at South Padre Island, Texas. A little bit about this food truck. As you can see, it's very bright and colorful. So a lot of the stuff we have on the menu is fun. We do chicken and waffles, we got funnel cakes, fair style foods, stuff that you normally get at carnivals, circuses, stuff like that you can't get all year round unless you come over here to Cocina de Carnival. So today, one of our hot items that we do have on the truck is going to be funnel cake. We're going to be doing a banana pudding funnel cake for you. I got my chef in there getting ready to get everything going. We got to make batter from scratch. Got to have your fresh hot oil, clean oil of course. And then we make our own banana pudding to throw on top of that with some whipped cream. Prep time is very minimal. Once you have your batter ready, all your toppings set aside, it's something that cooked within less than 5 minutes. I mean, it's pretty generic when it comes to the funnel cake itself. It's just the way we dress it up. You know, everybody has their own little toppings that they throw on there, and can't really go to a lot of places where you have a banana pudding funnel cake. You know, just something a little different.
And on that note, that's all we've got for you today. Thanks again for joining us, and be sure to tune in again next time because we're going to have so much more in store for you. But for now, don't forget to follow our team on social media for exclusive behind-the-scenes sneak peeks at what we've got coming up, and for your chance at your comment or even your question to be featured on air. And be sure to visit valleycentral.com to rewatch some of today's favorite segments. We've got all that and so much more next time on Valley Por Vida.